bits of dye, and you can judge from the catalogs.
Okay.
You know that it's going to be in the range.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes you need to also make sure you've got a red if you need to cool it down a bit and get it more toward the purple.
Okay.
Not a hot red, but a
Okay.
cooler red. Or if it needs to go greener, you'll get a yellow that's going to allow you to just kick it over the edge a little bit.
Okay.
So it is a bit of experimentation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Once you steam it, the steaming makes the chemical reaction happen that allows this particular fabric's black dye to discharge and become a lighter base. Now, under normal circumstances, I would probably have had a screen for the salmon color, a screen for the purple color, a screen for the aqua, and another screen for the blue. That's how you print. You print a different stencil for each color. But since this is rayon, I had trouble. By the time you ran, a quality of rayon is that it can continuously shrink if you're not careful with it. And so even in the steaming process in this small range, I couldn't quite line up my stencils again to print color. And since it was this kind of a pattern where things were essentially separate enough, I ended up hand painting the color on, which, you know, in production, nobody else would do that, and there's probably other ways to do it better. But this worked fine for what we're doing here.
Oh, that's so much work.
It was a bit of work. Water and a thickener. There are different thickeners that can be used. This one is sodium alginate, and basically I'm going to end up measuring out a certain amount of this in my measuring cup and then adding the proper amount of dye. But this is a nice consistency because it allows the dye to not seep when I print. Okay. And in a perfect world I would wear gloves, but I do tend to be really careful. So.
I think this is where, you know, it's so interesting how much science and measuring and chemistry goes into this. And
with pigment, and this is it with the dye, and I still need to fuss. I want the blue to be a little more intense.
Oh yeah.
And the red, I think the red changed a bit.
Yeah.
But it darkens up a bit in the steaming process.
mm-hmm.
This is fairly close, but
And this is totally different than
right. But
this
was
is
the
much
pigment.
more pinky and
Yeah, this was the pigment, which is this is a little closer to that. So I'm still 6. Okay, thank you.
So cool, Margaret.
this is the one that you, when you went to the rep, this is the one you were
Yes.
taking pictures of and that you were cutting at that time.
Yes,
But
it's gorgeous.